And it's your man Kil. We back for another ep of Marriage Exposed. Got another question on tap. I'm not gonna bore you with the details of what Roz doesn't know about life, so we're gonna go right into it right now. The issue I'm having in my marriage is that my husband recently hired a very attractive secretary, and I can't lie about the fact that I feel uneasy about him working long hours with her. Nothing has happened, and to be honest, I only met her once, and she seemed very nice and courteous, but I can't stop the way I feel. 2 years ago, my husband cheated on me, and I know I haven't gotten over it, and every day when he goes to work, I end up stressing myself all day while I'm at work, worrying if he's doing anything with her. Then I have no idea how to deal with my feelings. Anytime I try to bring up my insecurities to my husband, he brushes me off and calls me crazy and doesn't want to talk about what he did because he says it's in the past and to leave it there. I just don't know what to do.
So first off, her husband is rude because he's cheating on her. And so there's always...
Cheating makes you rude? Well, yeah, you're rude. Okay, you're wrong. I don't know if you're rude.
Well, his whole brush it off, you crazy.
Yeah.
What? You did something wrong.
Right.
And you have to give me time to heal. And now you haven't done anything. You haven't put any parameters in place to make me feel secure.
Okay.
So, not that it's your fault that she is acting this way or whatever, but you're kind of the cause, and so if he hasn't done anything to make her feel like it is all about her within these 2 years, then of course she's gonna have those default thoughts.
Yeah.
It's just human nature. If it was a guy, you would too.
Right.
It's just it is what it is. And sometimes it's very hard for well, first of all, they haven't done the work. I can tell they haven't done the work because it's still bothering her. Just the mere presence of a beautiful woman is bothering her. Okay. Just the mere presence, the mere...
Well, I guess they didn't do the work because, she said, he don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he don't want to talk about it. And it's unfair. And see, okay, so fellas, when you cheated, come talk, let's talk. When you have cheated and you don't want your wife to keep nagging you or berating you or driving you crazy about the mistake that you've made, talk to her. Have a conversation. Figure out what her triggers are. She may not even know what her triggers are. Obviously, a beautiful woman has triggered her insecurity. You need to be open. If you want your marriage, you need to be open to have a conversation with her about her insecurities. And guess what? You may be frustrated and irritated, but you really don't reserve the right to be that way when you've cheated, because you've caused this at that point. So if you want your marriage, you don't want to have to pay alimony or child support, if that's a factor, then talk to your wife. It's that simple.
I agree with you.
What?
Yeah, you know how I do.
Wow.
If you, for cats who haven't seen it, go and find this in one of the slideshows on the main page, my whole thing about comparing cheating and selling drugs and everything like that. I mean, whether it's a man or a woman, if you do dirt and you get caught, you gotta pay the price.
You gotta pay the price.
There ain't no other way in life where you just get off scot-free if you got caught. Now, you may get off scot-free because you didn't get caught, but if you get caught, you gotta do something. Court fees, probation, you gotta pay the piper somehow. So, but again, I think for men and as human beings, we're used to immediate forgiveness. So throughout our life, what's happened is, oh, Mom, I did this. Do you forgive me? Yeah. Throughout life, it's a do you forgive me? And then there's an answer, and most of the time the answer is yes, so then when you come across a situation where it's like, hey, I cheated on you, baby, I still love you, do you forgive me? When that person says yes, for the man or the woman, I think we're just so used to just getting that immediate yes, and then it's never brought up again.
And it's relief for you. You
right.
no longer have
and you're like, okay, good, that's over. But then 2 weeks later, when it's like, well, baby, what happened? The guy is getting upset because it's like, yo, we're done with this. We're done with this. So again, I don't want to say dude is rude. He could be, or it could just be he's like regular folk. I'm just saying that because my thing
He's calling her crazy.
He said crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls crazy. Okay.
Yeah, that's rude.
But I'm just saying he may be he's rude. But he may be thinking that from a space of, you forgave me for this. Mm-hmm. Like, why are we still talking about it? Like, growing up, I did this, I took something from my mother. She forgave me. She don't bring it up no more. Or I crashed the car. My dad forgave me. He don't bring it up no more. So we're used to being forgiven, and then that's it. It's over, you know. But the problem that people have to understand is with cheating and infidelity, especially in marriage, you know what I mean, that it ain't never just gonna be over like that. And truth be told, money, if it is over that easy, she's probably out banging somebody. Just my personal opinion. But if it's just like, oh baby, you cheated on me. Okay, sorry, no problem. Let's keep it moving. And that's it. And there ain't no wake ups in the middle of the night. And there ain't no.
She working on that escape plan.
Yeah, she does. So you almost have to applaud the questions because at least that lets you know she's still here and she ain't. But if it's just, oh, you cheated, baby. Okay, no problem, baby. I'm gonna just, it's cool. I forgive you. I know I haven't been around lately. We'll get past it. He's like, oh, okay, Pat, I got away with it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's how men are stupid and women are smart. And that's where we get dumb because we call our boys like, yo. She fell for the one too. Yo, I told her boom, 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 man. And she was dog. While you on the phone acting like you just won,
her next girls trip
on your Lauryn Hill joint, you just lost one.
Yeah,
you just lost one.
Because her next girls trip is probably her getaway with her dude.
Yeah, so you need to be happy that.
I always tell when I work with couples, I always tell them this because men, you guys complain about wife nagging, asking the same question just in a different way. And I always say, if she is continuing to still talk to you, then she is trying to fight for the relationship. The moment she stops talking, the moment she don't care, just kind of like what you were saying, Kil, right. The moment she don't care, you probably have lost her.
Right.
So as long as she's talking and asking questions,
you good.
You good.
But let's get with this. What you have to do, in my opinion, would be y'all have to go seek counseling. Yes. At the end of the day, if the marriage is gonna, I'm gonna assume, we can come talk to us because, well, we'll get into that later. But I think the thing is that I don't think y'all went to counseling the way it sounds. No. So you got to go to counseling. Your husband has to understand, and it may have to come from a third party and not from you.
Let me say this: even if they did go to counseling,
I guess it ain't
baby
work.
Baby girl still got insecurities. Right. That means that he didn't do what he needed to do to quell those insecurities. And what I mean by that, he no longer... See, the problem is, she no longer feels safe.
But I think the hard part is, and I mean, we can say that he didn't do anything, but I think sometimes even when you do, he could come home, give her step-by-step map quest of I'm coming home and I'm doing this, and she still may feel insecure, so that either way, if you cheat, the other person's going to probably feel insecure whether you've done the right thing or you've done the wrong thing. The person is still going to feel insecure because it's going to take time to heal. It's like breaking a bone. You can't expect a bone to heal overnight. It's going to be a healing process that goes with it, whether you do the right thing or the wrong thing. What I'm saying is they have to go to counseling if the marriage is going to survive, because I honestly don't even really think it's that big on she's a beautiful woman. I mean, I'm sure that's like, makes it a little worse. But just the fact that there's a woman that's around your husband every day, all day, long hours. So whether she's drop dead gorgeous or she just alright, you still will probably feel some kind of way just by her being beautiful. Now that just... And
I wonder if he cheated with the first secretary.
Maybe. That sounds like that stupid Idris movie. I'm so pissed he made that. That's like a blemish on his record. Yeah, that was so whack. But neither here nor there. So it's just that you don't want... If you want your marriage, he's going to have to go to counseling. Because at the end of the day, and I tell folks this all the time, if you stay with somebody who cheated on you and y'all never worked through those issues, you are going to become crazy.
Yeah.
You are going to turn into a psycho loony bin chick who's checking phones and pockets and emails
GPS
and computers and all of that stuff. So if you don't get counseling, I mean, I ain't with divorce and nothing like that, but if your man can't go heal you and heal your marriage and go to counseling for what he did wrong, maybe he ain't the dude for you, because you're the one who's gonna end up crazy, and then eventually y'all gonna break up eventually, and then you're gonna be crazy for the next dude.
Yeah,
so it's one of those things where even if in the beginning you just start to go get counseling, even if he doesn't come with you, you have to get counseling, because at this time of point, it comes a time in the marriage where sometimes you just have to think about yourself. Yeah. You got to protect yourself. When your spouse isn't protecting you, you got to protect yourself.
Emotionally protect yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, clearly she no longer feels safe.
Right.
It isn't about her being crazy. It isn't. She doesn't feel safe.
Yeah, and then, man, we love calling y'all crazy.
Yeah, and that's a vulnerable place for your wife to be.
Right.
And no man Hear what I'm saying? No man should want his wife to feel unsafe in a relationship when he's supposed to be the protector and the provider.
I concur. So hopefully that happened. You know, what I was going to say earlier is that, you know, through all these questions is great and, you know, it's cool. But at the end of the day, one question being answered really is not going to solve the bigger problems.
You got to do the work.
So, like I always say, y'all ain't got to come see us, even though you can.
See somebody.
MarriageExposed@gmail.com. You know, you can come see us or just go see somebody who can help, you know, help guide and direct your marriage, because, you know, we could give you a great answer and then you go back to him. And I always tell people, because my homeboys will call me for advice and I'll tell them things to do, but I'm like, if there's nobody pouring into your wife, then me pouring into you means nothing, you know. So unless you got somebody pouring into her, you know, she gonna be like, oh, where you hear that good stuff from? Oh, your friend. Like, now I'm gonna listen to him, you know what I mean? So it's got to be both ways. So hopefully we answered your question. Marriage Exposed is your man Kil.
And I am Dr. Roz.
Keep it locked. We are banging these.